And we are live. This
We
is
are
Sky
live.
Juice coming to you live and direct. And we have Mr. Tony B in the house.
That is me.
And tonight we are talking about juice cleansing and healing our body naturally. My favorite topic in the world.
Yes.
So what's the dealio? Are we juice cleansing? So I'm on day one, I'll just say it, of my 21-day juice cleanse. And I'm so excited.
And
You gotta be positive. You gotta be positive to do this right, because if you're not, you will not be successful. That's the first step. It's mind over matter.
Mind over matter. So how are we looking here? So we have some people on. We want to start off the show with everyone that is watching this. Please go to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe. Sky, if you can put the link up so people can know what the YouTube channel is. Like and subscribe to our page so we can get our views and our subscribers up on our YouTube. Facebook, we're fine. Like I said, you got 500,000, followers so far, but we don't have that many on YouTube. So we want to try to build up those numbers as well. And speaking of that 500,000,
wow.
How long have you doing the juice cleanse thing?
How long have I been about this juice life?
Yeah, the juice life, should I say? Just this juicing and what really got you into, going into that as far as getting the knowledge. But we'll just start from the beginning.
Ooh, from the beginning.
Yeah.
So, how did I become passionate about it? I really do know how this happened. So, about 16 years ago, my mother, it wasn't even the beginning of it. It was towards the end of her life with the whole breast cancer thing. She went to a place called Hippocrates Health Institute in West Palm Beach, Florida. Okay. And at this location, she spent, I think, 6 weeks or something eating raw and living foods and drinking like cucumber juice and celery juice, strict.
Okay.
And it helped her.
Okay.
And that inspired me. I was already on the vegan bandwagon and I was already into like nuts and berries and stuff like that. But I was more into it as like a universal, like we shouldn't eat animals type of thing.
Oh, okay.
But when I went there and visited her and saw the program, saw the books they were giving them, saw the information, I was like, this is really it. This is how you heal your body.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did for her was they took her blood, put it on like a, the little clear thing on the microscope, shot it up to a screen on day one. And she had cancer and she had all her blood was clotted and like all her cells were like thick, like everything was thick, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was there after, I think 30 days or however long it was on eating this particular diet. They did the blood thing again, shot it up, and all her cells had separated. Right. And I think they were saying, and I can't really give you the full science behind it, but they were saying like the blood cells and the white blood cells and this and that. And so basically what they translated that into is her body had started to heal. Okay. It was starting to reverse. Right.
Okay.
It just inspired me so much because not only that, but just other people who were there and just the information that I was reading and what have you, it just made so much sense to me. So I decided to just start studying raw food and juicing.
Now, let me ask you this. I don't want to go too far off on the subject. It's on the subject, but it has something to do. So when we talk about particular like living vegetables and fruits that you can take that helps heal the body, how does that kind of correlate with when they say don't eat anything at all and give your body a chance, like give the digestive system some time to rest so the body can heal itself? You know what I mean?
Fasting.
Yeah, fasting. When you fast and you give your body that break, and while it has that break, instead of working on fighting all these bad chemicals and things that we're putting in our body, all these different preservatives and stuff like that. When you do the juicing thing, I'm thinking that your body is still digesting, but it's digesting juice and not actual solids. and everything is more natural. It's more organic. You know what I mean? Because I'm assuming the vegetables and the fruits that you get are all organic, so your body doesn't have the same type of work that
reaction.
it has to do. So on top of it giving a break from your digestive system working, it also lets it heal. Your body's being healed from these actual vitamins and minerals that come from these vegetables and fruits as well, right?
Right. So in the wellness world, there's a hierarchy of healing, right? The number one way to heal your body, like the number one way and the fastest way, is fasting. So eliminating eating, period, and just going on like a strict water fast for a period of time. And you should do it. The responsible way is to do it supervised, is water fasting. That is the number one way. And it amazes me at how many people don't have the knowledge of water fasting. Like as soon as you say that you're going to do a water fast, people are like, you're going to die. You're going to die. You can't just drink water. You have to eat. And the amount of people that don't realize that the body was created to not eat as well as to eat is amazing. But yes, fasting is the number one way to heal your body, period.
So what do you say to the people that say, I have to eat? If I don't eat for a certain amount of time, I'll start getting a headache and I'll start getting lightheaded and all those things. What do you say? I know what the answer is, but I just want you to let audience know when it comes.
If someone says that, they are not knowledgeable enough to do a fast, so they won't be successful at it, right? The first thing you need to do is educate yourself on what is actually happening to your body once you're fasting, right? If you're fasting, so the reason why I think juicing is a really good alternative is because people can't stop working for 21, 30, 40 days.
Yes.
Because that's what fasting is. Fasting is you rest. You're resting the body, you're resting your mind. You can't go out and drive down the road and go hustle and go to work and talk and arrange. You literally have to be like, I'm going to just walk to the bathroom. I'm going to walk back to my bed. I might turn the TV on. I might read this book. You're not totally unable.
Yeah.
Not totally unable to function, but you really should totally be in like this healing, mental, chill space.
Yeah, because if you're, and let's just say you're not working, but you're going outside, you're breathing in these toxic fumes that may come from the exhaust from a gas or all these other different things. You want to try to keep yourself
counterproductive.
In an environment that's as clean and sterile as possible. And you're just actually now, what's the argument? Because some people say spring water, some people say distilled water. So what do you say as far as?
I say spring water.
Okay.
From what I've heard, okay, so basically my philosophy on how I think logically is, what is it in nature, right? So distilled water is not found anywhere in nature.
Okay.
So for you to take water and boil it and steam it and whatever, all those different things that they do to have nothing in it, to have absolutely nothing, is not logical, because that's not what nature doesn't provide that, you know? Humans have been on the earth for millions and millions and millions of years, not 6,000. Anyway, millions and millions of years. Millions of years. And yes, they drink water right out of the river. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So when we talk about water fast and we talk about the juice fast, water fast is if you have the luxury of resting and not having to go anywhere and really being in one place for 15, 20, even 30 days, which is for the average person, that's pretty much impossible. The hustle.
If you're sick enough that you can't do anything, you're dysfunctional, like you are basically, I would say, virtually hospitalized or what have you, or you're just home and you really are that sick, you have a fever, whatever, you should be water fasting. There's nothing else you should be doing. That whole bowl of chicken noodle soup type thing.
Now the juice fasting thing kind of goes basically what you said. It's more feasible for a person who has regular stuff going on. You got to work every day. You have kids that you have to take care of. You have a house you have to clean up. Just the regular everyday hustle and bustle. Doing a juice fast. Now, when you say a juice fast as well, what are the juices that you suggest? Because I just bought a bunch of juices from you myself. A whole lot of people are right now. So we're all doing this juice fasting. We're trying to cleanse out our system and get all these parasites and bad things that are in your system. Well, people say that. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating, but there is a lot of bad stuff. If not anything else, definitely stuff that's preservatives, preserve stuff in your body.
Parasites are real.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. A lot of people are like, well, what should I take for fill in the blank, right?
Mm-hmm.
What juice is good for fill in the blank? It's not really an answer, because the real truth of the matter is consuming as much raw living foods in the format of a juice is really the beneficial aspect to your life. So if you can get in everything, if you can get in apples and kale and spinach and beets and ginger and oranges and lemons, if you can just get as many, especially varieties of things into your body, then better for you. The number one thing I would say people should definitely try to not go sweet, 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 because our palates are built for tasting things that taste good, right? So those green juices that people like shun themselves on, they're like, oh, I don't want. First of all, some people see a green juice and they just want to pass the hell out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't drink
like
that.
it, but yeah, it probably is an acquired taste. But
that's the taste you want to have, and you should. If you're juicing apples and carrots and beets, which are all sugar foods, you need to balance that off with more green leafies, more greens, more greens, more greens. Even cucumber, which is very cleansing and hydrating, even celery, like just more green. That should be the focus, not just like what are the blends, more like get as much of the cleansing items into your system over like the sweet, like apples and those things. They actually help make it palatable, but that shouldn't be the bulk of what you're drinking.
Okay, when we talk about sugars, right? What do you say to the people that believe that there's no difference between refined sugar and the sugars that are in fruit? Because some people say, you're still getting that sugar, you're still getting that fruit, and it's still not, it's spiking your insulin levels and all of that. What do you say to those people that believe there's no difference between refined sugars than, fruit that comes from watermelon or grape or banana or whatever?
So I would say that there is a big difference between refined sugar. White sugar is way different. White sugar is a chemical.
Yes.
That's really what it is. It's a chemical. It is not a food, right? When you eat an apple and you eat a banana and you eat a mango and all of these things that have fructose in it, the body processes it different because it's coming to you through this, and it's coming through you through fiber. So it helps break it down differently. Now, when you remove the fiber and juice it, and now it becomes a juice, yes, it does become a sugary cocktail, not like you put a glass of water and throw tablespoons of sugar in it. Those are two different things. However, it is higher in sugar than, say, when you eat the apple with the fiber in it, right? That's why I said balance it out with your greens, because if you're doing a juice cleanse and all you're drinking is carrot and orange and apple and all these sweeter fruits, you're not really doing justice to the healing process.
Even to that, when you say that, if you are kind of still on the hustle and bustle of working and doing what you have to do throughout the day, those carbs will help you have energy.
It will. Energy. Absolutely.
From those fruits.
So if you're working hard like you do, then like today I was on my first day and there was a lull where I was like, my energy just dipped, right?
Yeah.
So my work isn't as hectic and heavy lifting and stuff. If you're doing heavy lifting and you're trying to do a juice cleanse at the same time, so the only thing I would say to incorporate if you're really hardcore is I would say incorporate some smoothies, like banana, something that has a little fruit that has like some bulk in it. You get what I'm saying? Or even if you don't want to go sweet, throw avocado.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just to give you some more energy so that you're energized pretty much, especially if you're working hard. The other thing I would say incorporate is if you're working hard, like especially a man who is is that gender? Whatever. I don't care. My brain is like, you can't say that anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna say it. If you're a man and you're working hard, you're out here in the sun and stuff, then if juicing is too light for you, getting lightheaded, because remember, it's also calories in, calories out, right?
Yeah.
So you're spending 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 calories a day. I forgot to plug in my laptop. Where's my plug?
Oh no.
Wait, it's not gonna go off.
You're losing stripes for that one. You're losing stripes for that one.
Why in the world didn't I plug this in?
Need you to act a little professional like we've been doing.
I know. I'm such a mess. Okay, it'll take me 1 minute.
All right.
Oh God.
So I'm just gonna go ahead on and speak about when I did like about a 5-day water only fast. And on the third day, man, sweating, kind of feeling like I was lightheaded, wondering that I really, really need to eat some food. But I think it was more or less my body kind of flushing out some of the toxins in your body from, you don't have any food. So your intestines and your body doesn't have to work, like your liver and all that doesn't have to work to try to flush out all the bad things that you've been putting into your body. So at that particular time, I think after the third day of absolutely no food, my body was like, okay, now we're going to start pushing all this stuff out. And when it's pushing all these things out, you're sweating, you're feeling kind of lightheaded, you're feeling kind of, what's going on. But there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? It's your body just taking a break. Uh-oh, we lost Guy there. She said we weren't going to lose her. We lost her. Hopefully she'll come back on in a minute. But anyways, like I said, doing a water fast is not really ideal.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Oh, see, there you go.
Sorry.
Did you hear what I was talking about?
Huh?
Did you hear what I was talking about?
You said during a water fast.
Yeah, during a water fast, like on my third day, it just got really, really rough. You know what I mean? That's when I was having those sweats, when my body was like probably just purging out all that bad stuff that I've been putting in for all this time, because it didn't have to my liver and my kidneys didn't have to work to try to, digest all this bad stuff, process all this bad stuff. So it was pushing out all the bad stuff. So I kind of had a rough day on the third day. Then on the fourth day, I was cool. You know what I mean? I was good, right? No hunger pains or nothing like that. But you kind of understand, and I don't know, I can't say everybody, but for me, you kind of see where some people have an emotional attachment to food. And I say that to say, I felt like I was kind of depressed and down because I would feel like if I worked a really hard day, I'm going to treat myself and eat something really good. Mm-hmm. So now
I understand that.
I'm working really hard, but I'm not able to treat myself to eat something really good. You know what I mean? So I kind of felt bad about that. But then I made it feel like I was like, damn, I really have some kind of emotional connection to food. You know what I mean? Behind that.
Oh, so definitely. People are married to food.
Yeah. And that's another thing that you'll get. And if you have a sugar addiction like I do, whew, man, if you end up doing the detox and the fast, it'll stop that sugar, craving from coming.
Sugar, the addiction to sugar is probably the worst. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. Oh gosh, what is going on tonight? I'm just like
everything. So I got another question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you did start learning about the juicing and the different things as far as juicing goes, when did you get to the point to where you started connecting certain things, certain maybe illnesses that people might have? So if a person says, Sky, I'm having an issue with this, that, and the other, you would be like, okay, you need to, take this juice and that juice and this, and it's usually combinations of juices, right? It's not just one particular juice.
Right.
When did you start learning that, and how did you learn that part of it, as far as being able to connect a particular issue with the right type of juices that they probably need, what they might be deficient in?
So I had a restaurant in Baltimore called the Yaba Pot, and I had a juice bar.
Okay.
And I mean, we did juicing in the restaurant. And that was really like when I really started like helping people, because people would come with like questions, and I was like, oh shoot, I need to get some more information. And so that's when I just started, like, I had clients customers that were coming to the restaurant that doctors were recommending them to come.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, hey, go to that cafe. That's where you need to eat. And so that's when I just started really like studying, and it was really all self-study. Just started reading and doing like knowledge. And like, for example, like if you have cancer, like you can heal yourself. Like everyone needs to know that.
Yeah.
If you have cancer, you can do some major healing work with raw foods and juicing, but you're not going to juice anything with sugars. So you don't want to consume carrots, apples, you know what I mean? You want to do the hardcore green juices. There was a woman who used to come every day for her green juices, and I particularly made them because she was going through chemotherapy. And her thought process behind this was, let me juice to cleanse out the chemicals that are rolling through my body. You know, her hair started growing back and everything. And it was a beautiful process. And it was like, I've seen it. I've seen the power of it. I've seen what it does. A big part of how this works, a big chunk of it is being very positive.
Yeah.
Like you have to have in your mindset that this works. You know what I mean? Like I am nutrifying my body. I'm getting all the enzymes.
Now with that, what would the importance of meditation while you're doing your fasting, your juicing? Where would you connect that at, as far as a person would, if they want to meditate during that time to help them during those, you know, because at that time you're gonna kind of get that brain fog out. You know, people don't understand what brain fog is until you do a fast, and then you're like, oh, that's what they mean by brain fog, because all these foods and this bad stuff, it's really giving you a foggy mind, like you can't even focus, you can't even, and you have such a clear vision or thought process when you do detox yourself and your body gets a break from all those bad foods and chemicals and all.
So meditation is just something I've always struggled with personally, because I think my mind is like,
Stays working.
You know, like,
yeah.
I don't know if I've really ever really meditated unless I've done it my own way. But what I can say is the power of affirmations is, I guess you could say, a form of meditation, or it's just like mantras. It's just like saying it over and over again that I am healing, I am healed, I am whole, I am healthy at my healthiest weight. Like just saying stuff like that is my meditation, because but the whole like
no, not that type of
meditation. I can't do that. Like I've never been able to. Just if I sit somewhere and just say quiet and still for a little while, I go to sleep. Like I'm not in another state. I just don't have that brain power, you know. But I think affirmations and saying it and feeling it and seeing it. What is her name? You Can Heal Your Life. Louise Hay. A white woman who wrote several books, but basically, you know, she talked about where a lot of the illnesses that we have come from, and they're all emotionally based. You know, a lot of breast cancer starts on the left side, which is over the heart. So breast cancer tends to come, this is her philosophy, and I'm not sure exactly where she got it from, but breast cancer tends to come from heartbreak.
Wow.
And, you know, a lot of healing is, and this might be a little woo-woo metaphysical for folks, but I'm into it. I like it. I appreciate it. I see it working. A lot of the trauma and the illness that people carry, even the emotional connection to food, the negative emotional connection to food, is can be healed. It's all emotional healing, right?
Yeah.
How we're eating and what have you. Because really at the end of the day, we put so much love and energy into food, right? When it's really just a tool to nourish our body.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Let me ask you this one, because this is the one that I hear a lot, and a lot of women struggle with this. What would you suggest to a woman that's having issues with fibroids?
Oh, I love fibroids.
You don't love them, but you
No,
know,
I don't love them. No, I don't love them.
giving advice on what
I love, no, because it's easy.
yeah, but women
Fibroids
just
are easy.
yeah.
And I know a lot of women struggle with fibroids, and fibroids are the easiest thing to get out of your body just by fasting. You have to be gangster though. Like I have a friend who's struggling with fibroids, and you want to let the body see. One thing about fasting and juicing, see one thing juicing does that's similar to what water fasting does is because you're in a calorie deficit, the body is going to start consuming that which doesn't belong.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So the body is going to consume fat because that's the energy stores. That's where our energy is stored all, you know. So that's the number one thing, but that's for energy. But then also while you're not consuming enough energetically, the body starts consuming things that just don't belong there. Like, oh, okay, you have like, that's why people, when they fast, their vision improves because there's like this yuck in our vision that cleans up our palate, our tongue cleanses, so that when you go back to eating food, all the flavors are more vibrant because our palate is cleansed.
Yeah, but then that goes back to a lot of the chemicals and the different things
that are releasing, right?
Well, no, what that you've been putting in, yeah. And
then in regards to fibroids, the body starts to eat them and shrink them.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
YouTube, go to YouTube. I'm not gonna just speak just out of my head. Go to YouTube. There are people on there that talk about reducing fibroids through fasting.
Now, to the people that don't know, the body is self-healing. We just rely on medications and stuff to help heal the body, but the body is self-healing. You just have to give it a break from all of the junk that we put in it. Like, if you ever get a chance, everybody that's listening, if you ever get a chance, if you ever look on, like, Google the list of foods and food additives that are banned in other countries, but that are accepted in the United States, in America, you might be horrified.
Shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked. It's all to me there. I mean, maybe this is a conspiracy theory in me, but it's all related. Just exactly what you said. The fact that certain foods are allowed to be eaten, right, goes to it's like a cycle. It's like if we can get these idiots sick, they have to go to the doctor. If they have to go to the doctor, we can throw some medication up in them and keep them on this cycle of sickness to the doctor, sickness. You know what I mean? Like, there's just, to me, this country is the Walking Dead. Like, there's just so many people that are functional sick people. You know what I'm saying? They're like functionally sick. They said that there's the highest number of functionally sick people are in the United States. And when I say functionally sick, I mean diabetes. People live with diabetes and they're functional. They can drive a car, they can get going, but it's a disease. You get what I'm saying? They're functional, but they have a disease. They're walking around with a disease, you know, and there's just so many other, like, the list goes on. And as soon as you change your diet, diabetes goes away. Right? So why is diabetes a problem? Like, the fact that people take diabetes so lightly is, it can kill you.
Yes, it does.
It can kill you. And I mean, people are so light. Well, I'm just going to eat this. Literally, your life, your children are not going to see you. Like, diabetes is curable. It's not an uncurable disease. Like, change the way you eat.
Yeah.
I get it.
Now, when we talk about that as well, moderation. People talk about certain things in moderation are okay for you, but do you feel as though, okay, a person does maybe a 21-day juice cleanse or whatever, right? After that, how often should they be incorporating juice? Because, you know, some people don't like eat vegetables, some people don't like eat fruits. So juicing probably would be a better, you know, substitute. How often do you think a person should substitute that or incorporate that into their daily just diet? You know, juicing? Yeah.
They should, the more trash you eat, the more you should just get as much vital nutrients, vital meaning living nutrients, into your body. So if you go through the drive-through several times a week, then you should be juicing more than several times a week. You get what I'm saying?
Now, let me ask you this one too. We're going to backtrack a little bit. You were talking about the green green juices, right? If a person is not able to, order your juices from you like that, and a person wanted the green juice, what would you say should be the main maybe 4 to 5 key ingredients if they want to make a green juice themselves at home with their own smoothie machine or their own blender? What would you say would be the 5 main juices?
Definitely the number one fruit is cucumber, right?
Oh,
cucumber is one of the most cleansing, hydrating foods you can eat and consume, period. Like it should be in your diet daily, right?
Mm-hmm.
So cucumber would be the first one. Plus it adds a lot of water into the juice. Mm-hmm. Celery, super good. Just look up all the stuff that they talk about with celery. Like some people just drink celery juice, period. Mm-hmm. And it's not tasty. So, but celery juice with cucumber, lovely, right?
So those two.
I would add some sort of chlorophyll, a green leafy veggie, whether it be kale, not too much spinach. I put in dandelion in my green juice that you had the other day, and then 1 or 2 green apples, which are lower in sugar than regular apples, just to cut the green taste for folks who their palate is not green ready. And then if you want like a little ginger, that kind of way, you can even throw in a little spice, like a little pepper.
What about a little mint leaf here?
Little mint leaves, exactly. Basil, all of that just makes it yummy. Those are all adding to it, but it's like tasty too.
Now, another thing too, when you think about when you make these juices, right? How long are they going to be good for before they start losing the nutrients? Because sometimes we live in a world of convenience. I know I do. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to juice for the whole week. So all I got to do is when I leave in the morning, grab a juice and go. But how long is that juice going to really be good? And how long am I going to really get the nutrients from that before it starts kind of dwindling down and it's not really doing much for you as it would as being freshly juiced every day?
So a fresh juice is going to be live and activated and enzyme rich at the moment, right? Mm-hmm. 8 hours later, it's going to be less. Mm-hmm. Like the living enzymes are going to start dying, but it's still a large majority alive and living and kicking. Okay. The next day, it's still fine. It's just going to be less. You get what I'm saying? Less enzyme. So 3 days from now, it'll still be good. Especially if you keep it in a nice ice cold fridge, it'll still be good. If you're able to like make your juices and put them in the freezer and then pull them out, then you get to extend your life.
So how long, like I said, so if a person makes like a week worth of juices, right? How long are they going to really be good for before you're going to say, okay, you're not getting the same benefits that you would from the first couple of days? Like when do you start hit that decline to where, okay, once you get to this day, you might as well not even.
So if they're just in the refrigerator, 3 days.
Okay, 3 days. So
3 days, and then after that, they're juice, but they're just not as like powerful, right?
Yeah.
But what they can do is if they make that much juice to begin with, then leave whatever is going to be good for 3 days in the fridge, and then put the rest of the week in the freezer, and then just start pulling it down into the fridge as needed.
Okay.
Or just pull it out in general and let it defrost.
Good idea.
That's just the easiest way for the convenient folks because juicing is a lot of work. I juice for hours, but I juice a lot. So
what do you use the juice with? Do you use a blender? Do you use like I
use a juicer.
Okay.
I use a juice fountain by Breville.
Okay. And how long has that been working for you? How long has it been lasting for you?
I've had that juicer for probably 6 or 8 years, something like that.
Wow.
I think about 2014. But I've bought the part that actually grinds the basket. I've gotten a new one of those.
Okay.
So because it dulls up. And then I just got a citrus juicer, which is specifically for oranges, lemons, grapefruit. Because it spins and then you just push the orange down. So that's separate because it's faster than having to peel oranges and put them through the juicer.
Yeah.
I've done that too. And then of course I do have a Vitamix for blending.
Okay.
But blending and juicing, they're two different things, but they're both good. And you can do one or the other. Sometimes you just want to do juices. Sometimes you want to do smoothies, whatever works.
Okay. Let me ask you this. God, I just lost my train of thought that quick about the
Another thing good with juicing is teas.
teas. Okay.
Because they're basically infused herbs.
Infused herbs. Okay. All right. I just lost my train of thought. So just go ahead. It'll come to me that what I was thinking.
So I want to mention Darlene. She says, I drink 32 ounces of celery juice every morning on an empty stomach. It is an acquired taste, great for digestive health.
Can you throw one green apple in there with it?
Probably not, actually.
No, really?
There are folks out here. I definitely, like, in my spare time, I just look at juicing videos and stuff, you know. I follow Christina or something like that, and she does a lot of juice recipes and stuff like that. And when you drink a juice, you want to drink a juice. You want to drink a big juice, like 32 ounces. And that's the problem when I go to a juice bar, because they're going to sell you a small little 12 ounce or 16 ounce for like $8. I literally bought a smoothie today for $12. Okay. It just
now let me ask you this.
Hurt my whole feelings.
This is what I wanted to ask you about. So say someone want to get into the juicing at home and do their own thing with the juicing, right? What is your ideal way of actually cleaning off these vegetables and fruits as far as washing them off? What do you use? I know what I use, but I just want to find out what you use to.
I know what I use.
Yeah.
I just use water. I just rinse them. I'm not gangster. There's only one thing that I definitely recommend is specifically depending on where you get your stuff. But if you can see wax on your cucumbers, you've got to peel them. Okay. You got to peel wax off these fruits because even apples have them. Because basically think of it as being, you just juiced like 10 cucumbers or 5 or what have you. That residue is in your juice.
Now, what I use personally, and I read it years ago, is a combination of vinegar and baking powder.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I was thinking apple cider vinegar or something in the water.
Well, regular, or either one, either regular
white vinegar.
Yeah, white vinegar and baking soda, and let it soak for whatever amount of time, at least 5 minutes, maybe sometimes longer than that. And then rinse it really good because they spray all these chemicals that the stuff that they're spraying your food with, they got a whole bodysuit on, but they're spraying your food with it. You know what I mean?
Crazy?
That's crazy. So yeah, so I was trying to give that little advice out there. About,
no, that's good. I've seen like veggie wash sprays and stuff that people get by. Yeah, all of that is pretty much vinegar.
Yeah, vinegar with or just vinegar by itself, or vinegar with baking soda. Water
and vinegar and whatever other things, but they're not toxic. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. See, we're getting some little background. So another question here. So when did you really start seeing your numbers go up on Facebook of people? Because I know several people that actually been following you for years. You know what I mean? Like they're like you are that type of internet celebrity or social media celebrity. So when did you start seeing that people were kind of catching on and following and hitting you up and inboxing you about what you're doing? When did it get there? When were you doing it?
So when I was living in Puerto Rico and I was a stay-at-home mom with a little boy, I had a lot more time to be online, right? So I was online so much all the time, and I was just very active. And then there was also something going on with Facebook called they were messing with their algorithms or whatever.
Yeah, algorithms. Yeah.
So I had my Facebook page. I'm not a celebrity of any kind, but I play one on TV. Anyway. And
500,000 followers. Yeah, you're a bit of a Facebook celebrity.
I don't know why, but
social media celebrity. I'm saying I know several people that not know you, but been following you for years.
I know people who follow me, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, only because I'm cool like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would just make a lot of videos, and of course, I'm in a destination. I'm in Puerto Rico, and I'm showing like the rainforest, and I'm at the beach, and I'm just like showcasing a lifestyle that people are attracted to. So all of a sudden my numbers just start hitting it. And it was like I don't know if it was a glitch in the matrix or what have you, but for a period of time, like I would be posting stuff and in one day I would get 30,000 likes in one day.
Wow. Wow.
And then the next day it would be 50 or 80,000 and it would just be crazy. And it was just like a little chunk of time, because right now my numbers haven't gone very far for the last couple of years, only because they go up and they go down. Because, you know, as much as I am into wellness, I'm also an activist, and some people don't like that. And I'm just going to be myself because that's who I am.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have to delete racist off my page daily because I'm not having that bullshit on my page ever. Anyway, moving right along. Do you recommend a 60-day juice fast for weight loss? What's your answer, Tony?
A 60-day juice fast for weight loss? I mean, you're gonna lose some weight, you know, if you do a 60-day, but it's not only about the juice fast. I mean, I think it'll have more health benefits than weight loss. I mean, you're gonna lose some weight, but you're gonna be doing better for the inside of your body, I think, than the outside of your body. After that, it'll just have to be incorporating some type of exercise, some type of physical activity. But I think that a 60-day juice fast is going to do more for the inside of your body, as far as healing the inside of your body, than as far as you're going to lose some weight, but probably not as much as you would expect. I don't think. What do you say?
I think you're right, but I do think 60 days for weight loss, depending on how heavy a person is totally doable. You know, it's totally doable. It's a definite reset.
I mean, it's doable, but how much, you know, your expectation, expectation of what you think you're going to lose versus how much you really probably would lose in 60 days.
I don't think really, I mean, I don't know if you're saying, do you think that they're coming from the perspective of the longer I've juice cleansed, the more weight I'll lose? Is that what you're thinking?
I'm thinking, because, you know, 60 days
is a long time.
No, it's not really that long. I mean, it'll definitely jumpstart the weight loss, but I think you'll have to, you know, keep it going. You know what I mean? You'll have to keep that momentum going, as far as, you know, your metabolism is probably going to change up because you're eating differently. But
so I think to me personally, like is it going to be in this lifetime? It might be in this lifetime. I would create a center for people who can come and stay and juice and eat raw food strict. Because I just think it's really hard out here when you go out into the world to do it. But the beauty about doing a juice cleanse is you could do it at home, right? Charrington, I see your weight number. I would recommend a 60-day. Totally.
Absolutely.
Like literally go on YouTube. YouTube is my best friend. Go on YouTube, look at all these videos of people who are healing their body. And the thing about 60 days, if you do anything for 21 days, it becomes a habit, right? Yes. If you do something for 60 days, you are a master. And the thing about it, if you're really trying to make changes in your life, instead of like just, I can't tell you how healed. I know of a few friends back in Puerto Rico that did juicing, and they look like whole new people. I could show you pictures of
me. They look like whole new people.
And not in a bad way, like in a good way.
Yeah.
Look, I can show you pictures of me when I was doing a lot of juicing. Like I've been off the track, and that's why I'm so happy Tony got me back online, because he started saying, well, I'm doing my CMOS and all this stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, I know about this. So it takes motivation, but the truth is, get in these groups that are juicing online. You could do from home, get on YouTube, let me tell you how I do it. I was in a group where we did fasting and juicing, and we met every day online for like 2 or 3 hours. And sometimes you're at work, you just put it in and everyone's just talking and chatting, and everyone is like, the next person can talk. And then when you're at work and you got to go somewhere and have a conversation and say, hey, yeah, I've been struggling, but this group really helps me. Whatever you need, it's really like when you look at your life and you look at your health, right? The number one thing that's changed for me in just a few days of me making a decision to just be gangster with this is my body is not aching me already. And the fact that I was feeling like achy, that right there, like my knees were hurting me and I was just feeling old and crooked.
You just need that little bit of motivation, because like over this last year of living in this world of COVID and all that, I mean, it's rough. Like I've gained like 40 pounds, you know what I mean? Over
I've gained probably 30. I don't want to really say it out loud. I don't want to.
Hey, you know what?
You feel so terrible because it's like I
You're
know
working,
better.
You're working on it though, because but it's a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot to be going through. It's a lot to just. We're in a space right now that in our lifetime we've never really been in before. So it can affect your eating habits. It can affect you mentally as well. It can affect you in a lot of different ways. Like, it's a new thing. They call it COVID weight, Corona weight. You know what I mean? So people have gained that COVID weight. So, you gotta shake it off and kind of get back to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's just like, I just feel like, when you know better, you do better, right?
Yeah.
And really the truth is the big part of this conversation that Tony and I are having is we're talking to y'all, but we're talking to each other about it because we're both on the path. And it's just like, you have to wake up one morning and look in yourself in the mirror and be like, yo, I am destined for greatness. This body I have is, all I have. Like me and my body are going out together. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta, and weight loss and looking good and feeling good, that's part of it. But health and just feeling.
That's why I said health on the inside. You're going to
literally going upstairs. I feel so terrible. Like, I'm just like, I used to be able to like hop around. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel that way anymore. And it's partly I'm aging too. So how do you counter that? Like antioxidants.
Hey, age is nothing but a number. You and I have both seen people that are older that look, amazing.
Fabulous.
Yeah. So
I'm following them. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what happened. And y'all could go scroll down the page if you want to, but I posted a picture of Ernestine Shepherd, who is the Black bodybuilder from Baltimore. Mm-hmm. And the picture was side by side with an elderly woman who wasn't even a picture of her face, but it was an elderly woman, crooked over, bent over like a walker, right? Mm-hmm. And it was like they are both 80 years old, right? Or 84, whatever their ages are. Mm-hmm. I didn't even read all the comments because it was a whole lot of shiznit about this is disrespectful. You're disrespecting the older person, the other lady, right? And I really couldn't care less because the truth of the matter is both women made a choice, right? They both made a choice. And the tiny microscopic percentage of those who weren't able to make a choice and they ended up like the woman who was on the, it wasn't their choice. It was just life happened. Okay, we're putting that aside. The point of the meme was you have two options. You know what I mean? You can go to the way of health and as you age, we just talked about elder care Sunday, right? We just talked about elder care and the fact that it's really up to us to, like, when I'm 85 years old, I want to be at least as dope as Ernestine Shepherd. You know what I'm saying? Larry Concho says, when it's time. Exactly. And Darlene says, I saw that post. They were mad at you about it. Exactly. And I'm just saying,
two older celebrities that I just look at and be inspired by is one is Angela Bassett and the other one
I thought about her.
And Lenny Kravitz. I'm just like them two, they,
delicious.
Angela Bassett is in her 60s and Lenny Kravitz is in his 50s somewhere with a six-pack looking like he's 20-something years old. So, and I know Lenny Kravitz, he lives pretty much a vegan diet, you know what I mean? High alkaline, only green type of. Angela Bassett, I'm not really sure what her diet is, but I know her exercise,
that's part of it too.
Yeah, she stays working out. She stays in shape and she looks amazing for her age.
That's the part I was going to bring up about the juicing. You can do juicing for a long time. It's especially when you're trying to like jumpstart. But at some point, you're going to have to encourage your body. You're going to have to move your body. And juicing is not enough calories to really work out a lot. You can probably do gentle walks. You could probably do some exercises on the floor, leg lifts, what have you. But you can't really go running and you can't lift weights too tough without like your head goes, woo.
Yeah.
So
this is a jump start, definitely a good jump start.
Yeah. It's a great jump start, and then it just feels good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it definitely does. All right. we got to log off now.
You tired?
It's about that time. Yeah, I'm having a rough one, and I got to be up early for work tomorrow. But I definitely wanted to get it in and interview Sky Juice. You didn't know this was going to be your interview, right?
No.
Yeah, this is an interview for you.
But I'm excited. So if you guys are interested in juicing with us, definitely.
You got some questions here.
Oh yeah, I see that. Oh, what's the best way to start juicing? I need help. Robin, get a juicer and buy up some produce, and I'll put a list of what you should buy real fast. What's the next question?
Charrington said, "Would protein help with the lightheaded feeling while working out?"
So the lightheaded thing happens to be from lack of energy, lack of nutrients. So, I mean, not nutrients, energy. So protein could help actually, and that would be more of a smoothie. And that, if you want to incorporate that, yeah, protein shakes, yes, that would be something you could do if you want to work out and keep it liquid. Keeping it liquid is amazing. So yeah.
Tony B is signing out, but stay on because I think you got some more questions that.
Oh, you want me to stay by myself?
No, because they're asking questions. I don't want you to. I don't want because of me, because they're asking some questions right now. So I want you to be able to.
Oh, okay. So,
but I gotta get to the little one. She calling me.
Got it.
Okay.
See you later. Okay. Well, I'll stay.
Like and subscribe to the YouTube page, and you can get a lot of information about juicing as well if you like and subscribe and like the YouTube page as well. So. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
I'll stay if y'all want me to stay and we can talk more.
Please stay.
I'll stay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. So it's just me now. And thank you guys for staying on if you want to keep talking about juicing and weight loss. So that's my plan. So Charrington, if you're still here online watching, I'm on my day 1 for my juicing. And it kind of screwed up already because my daughter's doing it with me and she didn't prepare herself. Yeah, she didn't prepare herself. So I had to give her my juices that I came in to work with. And so I got home to come and do this podcast. And I made my juices already and put them in the freezer. So they're not even defrosted. So I have to leave them out. But I just made some tea. And that's what I'm drinking. So yeah, that's where we are. Any other questions, you guys? Because I can continue talking. I have energy now. Anyone? So the only thing I want to add is that someone asked, what is the best way to start juicing? I said carrots, cukes, kale, apple, ginger. What else do I use? Celery, definitely lots and lots of celery. I always get like tons of celery, tons of cucumbers. What else? Beets. I love beets. Okay, Charrington asks, what teas do you recommend? Green teas are really good for you, and they're good antioxidants. Moringa tea is really good if you want to actually do some infused herbs, which, remember, tea is what we call the drink, right? But tea is actually the actual leaf, right? So there are tea leaves, green tea and black tea and white tea leaves, right? But the actual, if you just take herbs and boil them or steam them, steep them, what have you, those are infusions, right? But we call that all tea because it's a hot beverage, right? So moringa tea is really good. Matcha tea, which is a form of the tea leaf. What other herbs are really good? I mean, you can boil ginger. You can drink all kinds of liquid teas, especially because you're getting the benefits of them in the form of an infusion. And I like to add that to give so when you're on a juice cleanse or a smoothie cleanse, you kind of get bored. So you want to change and diversify what you're consuming. So Darlene says, I will also be juicing for a few days. I'm feeling stiff and achy. Also, movement is important, especially as we age, and that's my struggle. Thank you for this. Darlene, another thing to add to your juices are turmeric. Turmeric is really good for inflammation. You can also add I even sprinkle like cinnamon and cayenne into your juices, which the capsaicin and the turmeric create the power inflammation buster. So all of that is really, really good for consuming. I'm so excited about this. My mind is just blown. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in joining my private juice cleanse group, then I got to get the link because it's a WhatsApp group, and I will put it in here and you can join. And I juice fresh turmeric, Robin, so that you can you can use powder too, but fresh turmeric is better. So I'm going to get the link for the WhatsApp group. You can join it. It's just a few friends that Tony's one of them. And if you're in the Atlanta area, let me know. I can get you the juices. And if not, you make them yourself. I mean, it's all good. Whatever I can do to help, because I'm so excited about it. I'm here trying to open this WhatsApp thing on my laptop. Does anyone have WhatsApp on their laptop? Let's see if I can get this. Here it is. Thank you, Darlene. Appreciate it. I'm going to post this link, and if there's no other questions, then we can meet again. But yeah, I definitely believe in it, and I feel like you know, you got to put the power into your own hands and stop feeling sorry for yourself, because I know I feel that way. You know what I mean? Like when you feel like, oh, I'm just gaining weight, and I'm feeling, it's not only just gaining weight, it's like feeling like your body is aching and you feel like older and just decrepit. I just think it's just a disgusting feeling. So for some reason, I can't get this WhatsApp up so I can pull this link. But what I'll do is once I stop, I can get it from my phone and send and post it on the same comment, so you guys can check back later for sure. So anyway, no need to keep you guys here at 11:30 at night. Oh, should you download WhatsApp? No, you can do it through your phone. I just happen to have it on my laptop so I can easily get the link, but I'll post it in the group as soon as I end this call. I mean, what is it? Podcast thing. I will post it, Darlene. As soon as I get off, I'll post it because I can do it easily from my phone. And yeah, let's do it. It's all good. I don't know which area of the world you guys are in. It doesn't matter. But it's really important to help one another heal and get back on track, because everyone, I know better. Like I already know. And it's just like, sometimes you need someone to say, you can do this. You know what I mean? Like wake up and smell the cucumbers or something, because it's really easy. Chicago. Whoo, I'm in Atlanta right now. So yeah. So anyway, have a good evening, y'all. And I will post and we'll stay in touch. Peace.